there, my name's Alexa Carlin, and you are watching Hello Perfect TV, the place to be to help you redefine perfection and accomplish your dreams. Today, I'm so excited to have our featured dreamcatcher, Emily Forst. She is a singer and songwriter, and she actually is currently on tour. Now, she just has to fix her technology issues, and then she'll be with us. Oh, there we go. Hi, Emily.
Hi. Can you see me?
Yes.
Okay.
So, where are you right now on tour?
I am in Wisconsin.
And where have you been so far?
Pretty much everywhere between New York and Wisconsin at this point. And then we're gonna head west. So at the end of the summer, I'll be doing the West Coast, and then back to the East Coast.
Awesome. That must be so exciting. So tell our viewers, you know, who you are, what type of music you sing, and what you're trying to do with your music.
So I'm Emily. Hi. And I'm kind of like a cross between Fiona Apple and Sheryl Crow. I'm a pop soul singer, blue-eyed soul singer-songwriter, and I am making a career as an independent artist. So I'm an unsigned female singer-songwriter.
And why did you choose to not go with a recording studio?
As an independent artist, I create a space where I can keep 100% of my creative control. So I'm not working with people saying, we need you to sell 100,000 albums and this is what we think the market wants and go make that. I am saying, this is what I feel and this is what I want to say, and I fund that. And then
that's awesome that you get to keep like creative control over everything, but I'm sure it's hard to fund it yourself. How do you go about doing that?
Well, the first phase, so it's kind of an incredible story. I went into Avatar Studios to make my debut album, so that's where like A Virgin was recorded, and all these awesome, John Mayer records there, Eric Clapton's recorded there, a lot of people have recorded there, and that's where I went to make my debut album. So I kind of had to raise a lot of money really quickly, and basically anyone I knew got a call from me saying, can I borrow a bunch of money because I have a month and a half to raise funding to pay for the studio. And then at the end of the project, we ran out of money, and I did a Kickstarter, so a crowdfunding campaign, and raised the rest. And then we had made this incredible CD, and then I ran out of money to get it printed. So that really helped.
Well, everything you learn through trial and error, believe me, I'm doing the same thing just in my field. But I really like how you are working hard to make your dreams come true by yourself, because, you know, then you don't have someone saying that you can't dance the way you want to dance on stage, or, you know, whatever you want to do, you're able to. And I think that's very, like, powerful. I feel like that's such a release. Like, if you have someone saying that they don't like what music you produce, then I'm sure that has an effect on your self-esteem and how you think about the next song you write.
Oh, totally. And I think that it's been great for my core confidence. So if you met me a year ago, there wasn't the same sense of, I can accomplish the things I want to accomplish, my dreams are possible, if I just keep going, this will pan out. I hadn't tested those waters yet, so I didn't know. I was thinking, this would be really cool if it happened, but how? You know? And now I can definitively tell other people, it is possible, go for your dreams, the path will be revealed to you along the way. But yeah, I've made it so that I don't have to make creative compromises, and I don't have to be dependent on other people to tell me if I'm good or not. You know, I decide those things.
Yeah, and I think that's such an important message, because we all are looking for acceptance, and we all are looking for someone to say, like, hey, you're doing the right thing, you're on the right path. But in reality, to get to your dreams, there is no one path, because everybody's journey is going to be different. And you can't really know how it's going to happen. You just have to trust the journey, just like you said. And it's hard. But when you do know that everything happens for a reason and things will pan out how they're supposed to, it makes life so much easier. It's like literally taking like 20 pounds off your shoulder.
Totally. And I think it's really important for women to know that you don't need anybody to accept you. That acceptance comes from you first, and then everything else will work out. And I think women in this culture, we're taught that women need to be accepted by men, that women need to be accepted by the beauty standard or whatever, and that's not the way it is. You accept yourself and then make your own path. And yeah, that's what I've decided, that that's how I want to live my life. I don't want to wait for somebody else to tell me if I'm okay, you know, but
well,
yeah.
You should write a song about it, and then we'll feature it on Hello Perfect. So tell me, what inspires you to write most of your music? Is there one thing, or does it come from a variety of things and experiences?
That's a really good question, because I'm writing the second album now, and when I was writing the first album, I had gotten out of one major. I thought I was going to get married and move to Paris, and then that didn't work out, and then I went straight into another relationship that sort of fell apart, and I was thinking, okay, so how do I keep going after all of these things in my life? I just felt like, oh my God, the sky was falling, and I just wanted to duck under something, and I made all these songs that were trying to find hope, trying to find a way to keep going, trying to heal. And now, you know, the album's doing really well, tour's going really well, and now I have to find inspiration from things that are going right, which is a totally different way of writing. So Here We Go is heartache. It was just, I moved to New York City and I had 5 straight years of jobs not panning out, relationships not panning out, money not panning out, living situations not panning out. Everything felt impossible, and I was just at this, you know, constantly having like a phoenix where the bird is created and then it burns down into ashes and then has to, I felt like I was constantly building things that were not working out. And the good thing is I think I saved up enough heartache for another 3 albums, so I'm like revisiting things that have already happened, and still, it's amazing how long some things hurt, if we're going to be really honest. And usually we say, like, I don't care, I'm over it, but for me, that's the face I like to show to the world. Like, I don't care about him anymore,
And
I'm over
people do. Most people put on that face and just go on, but really deep down, they're not okay.
Right, and now I'm now that the surface is kind of clear, now I'm going down those, like, 10 more fathoms and seeing, kind of testing, like, can I touch this emotion now that felt way too tender a few years ago? Can I actually go there now and be okay? And that's a really different feeling than, it's kind of, I was cheated on last summer, and I remember walking in and seeing it and thinking, this is the worst possible feeling ever on earth. This is exactly how bad I thought it would be. It was just, it was that thing that you never think will happen, and then it happens, and it's like, I felt like it wasn't even my life. I felt like it was this movie that I was watching, and then I would just unpress pause, and my life would continue. And you'd be surprised how much we can get through. You know, all these terrible things happen, then you say, oh, I survived that somehow. How did that happen? And now I can go back. That's a year ago now. So now I can go back and say, oh, how did I get through that? And what do I have to say about that now? You know, because I couldn't even write about that.
I think that, well, first off, you are a very, very strong woman, and I applaud you for that. And I think it's amazing that you're able to find this release and this sense of healing through music. Like, a lot of people may find it through yoga or through meditation or through art, but it's very, very important. I can't stress that enough to everyone, that you need to find a healthy way to focus your energy in order to heal and in order to be okay with yourself, by yourself, and okay with your mind internally. because that's the only way to move forward. And it seems impossible at first, but it can't be impossible because it's not like your life's going to end right now. So in a year from now, in 2 years from now, in 5 years from now, like, you're still going to be there. So obviously you have to get through it. And I feel like if you know that, it might make the process a little faster, even though the pain won't be any less. And and I just think that it's very, very courageous of you to put your emotions in your music and share it with the world, because I can't tell you how many people are scared to do that because it's very vulnerable. And you're being very vulnerable, and you definitely should know that while you're creating the music. So when you do have a negative comment or something negative, know how courageous you are and how many people are looking up to you just by putting your own self in your music.
And you touched on something that you touched on a bunch of things that are really, really important. And well, thank you. That was one of the nicest things I've ever been told. Thank you, Alexa. And I can pretty much say exactly everything you just said back to you for creating your blog and your mission. And this is incredible, and this is going to take off. So kudos to you.
Oh, thank you.
But that's the secret, is that I think that part of becoming an adult is knowing that you have control of your life, you can be vulnerable and strong at the same time. That strength actually comes from being able to bare your soul and say exactly who you are and have that be okay. And I think we're told that any sign of weakness and any sign of emotion or these kinds of touchy-feely things, those are the weak things. And we should just say that we don't have any of those and we don't deal with, that's for the weak people. But all the music that I like is really emotionally raw. And because otherwise it's just this mask, and I'm trying to think, what is this person actually feeling? Do they have anything to say that's relevant to my life? It can't come from the things that you can think. It has to come from this gut feeling place to make sense, because that's what music can do that other things can't. That yoga can do that and dancing can do that, but it affects you at a level that's a lot deeper than what you can think. It goes straight past all the thinking stuff and straight into the feeling stuff, and we don't get there in our normal lives that much. So it's like what you said, we have to have some healthy way of coping with life, otherwise it gets stuck. There's nowhere to go. So if you figured out what that is for you, you're golden.
Yeah, no, and it's okay if it takes you a while to figure out. I'm still figuring it out. I just started yoga. Yesterday I took my second class in my entire life, and I actually really like it. And I might not know all the moves, and I have to like open my eyes and look what the person next to me is doing to copy, but I'm feeling something different than I do walking through the city. You know, I'm feeling something different than just listening to music. It's tuning into your unconscious, and I feel like, you know, it might be difficult in the beginning, but as I keep on doing it and practicing it, because I do enjoy it, there's going to be that one class that I go to, and I'm going to walk out and be like, wow, that's it, you know, and you're not supposed to think of anything, and that's really hard for me because my mind is constantly racing. So you try to focus on, you know, nothing really. I try to focus on my third eye, which is part of your chakras, and if I just focus on that and my breathing, then all your thoughts start going away, and then you start to tune into your unconscious. But it is hard, and just with music, like, you're not going to be great at anything right away. Everything takes practice, but if you really want it, there's no doubt that you won't get there, and you won't feel what we're talking about. You won't, you know, really get to know yourself. Exactly. But it's when I first listened to your song "Here We Go," so usually when I get a song stuck in my head, it's like, oh my god, this song is stuck in my head, like I can't stand it, I'm never listening to the song again. Okay, after listening to your song the first time, "Here We Go," you can find it on YouTube, iTunes, and what was the other place?
Baby. CD Baby.
Okay, CD Baby. And I had that song stuck in my head, but it's like, here we go. Like, I can't sing it, but If you could sing it right now a little bit to give our audience.
Yeah, I'll give you. I brought my guitar over. That's
Yeah,
the
it's
funniest
definitely
song.
like a catchy tune, and it's like, oh my god, this song is stuck in my head, but like, it's like you're bouncing to your step while I'm walking out my door, but it's crazy that's written on Heartache because it's actually a very upbeat song.
I always, when I was playing it before, I would say, "Yeah, I'm gonna play the happiest song of the set," and it's a song called "Here We Go." And one guy came to me after a concert and he said, "Those are the most depressing lyrics ever." I was thinking,
Right.
but that's kind of how life is, where you have these great things and horrible things happening at exactly the same time. That's how life is. You never just get like a bucket of good. You don't wake up and one day it's just full of everything going right. It's more like, oh, I got a green light. Oh, but I'm still 5 minutes late for work. And, it's just all these collective emotions that are happening all at the same time. And that sounds kind of like that. It's like rain while it's a sunny day. It's just one of those kind of
Yeah, definitely. I definitely
emotions.
agree with you completely. I think your screen is a little bit frozen, but we could still hear you. So if you want to play the song.
Oh, unfreeze. Come on. Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what my connection's like here. So if you want to do the whistling part, power to you.
Okay, I'll try. I'm not that very good at whistling.
Here we go, where we trying to avoid the undertow. Where I don't know you anymore one of these days. You're gonna have to let me go one of these days. You're gonna have to let me go. Here we go, where you don't know me anymore, you push me away. Then you pull me back to shore, we tried hard. We were always headed for the undertow. We were always headed for the undertow. Here we go, 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 here we go. Well, there's nothing left of me, I'm a broken bottle. Just trying to make it out to sea one of these days. You're gonna have to set me free one of these days. You're gonna have to set me free.
Yeah, that was so good. The connection is a little bit bad, but your voice is incredible, I have to say.
Thank you.
And there was all these sirens going off. Like, it's very hard to have a quiet room in New York City, but we work with
kidding.
But I'm so happy that we were able to have you on our show while you were on tour. Thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it. And there is one last question I have to ask you.
Go for it.
What is your definition of perfect?
Perfect is real. Perfect is what you are right now, just as you are. That's it.
Love it. Well, thank you, Emily. And remember that you can hear her songs and buy her music and basically follow her on tour at Emily Forst. It's Forst on Twitter, and also iTunes, CD Baby, and emilyforst.com. And of course,
you're amazing. Hats off.
and of course, follow Hello Perfect at Hello Perfect on Twitter. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's /Hello Perfect with 2 T's. And of course, there will be a follow-up blog post tomorrow at helloperfect.com. So thanks for tuning in. And again, I'll see you guys again next Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Bye, everyone.
Bye.